It's finally in theaters, guys. That's right. The Hunt is finally in theaters. You know, that movie that was supposed to come out in September of 2019, but then, Universal was getting some push from Trump. So, of course, they had to shelf the movie, and then we honestly did not know when it was coming out. A lot of rumors were circling around that, hey, it's probably going to drop on streaming, which is unfortunate because it's like, well, we don't know when exactly that will be. But lo and behold, about a month ago, the trailer dropped again, and it was like, oh, it's dropping in March. Yes. Here's the reason why I'm excited for this movie. It wasn't just for the fact of the controversy. It's the fact that the premise is very interesting. You have 12 strangers that wake up in a clearing. They have no idea why, and they are getting attacked by people, and they must use their survival instincts in order to get past them. That's an interesting premise. On top of that, you have Damon Lindelof, who is the writer and co-creator of Watchmen, as well as The Leftovers. So I like him. I liked The Leftovers, and I loved Watchmen. So I was excited. And right off the bat, I'll say that in the first half of the movie, you can definitely tell Damon Lindelof wrote this movie because the first half has so many twists and turns, so many surprises in terms of like violence that really take you off guard and make the experience very off kilter. The characters are also very interesting in the first half because the thing with this movie that I really liked about the first half is that you don't really know who the lead is. You know, a lot of horror movies, because of the status of there being an A-list actor or actress, you know that they're going to survive, that they are the catalyst for the audience. But in the case of The Hunt, none of these actors or actresses are A-listers, really. They are mostly like B to C. I mean, Betty Gilpin, probably haven't heard of her. She's in this movie. Hilary Swank's in this movie. And yeah, Hilary Swank was an A-lister at one point. Not anymore. And then you also have Wayne Duvall, Emma Roberts, and so others. So there's no immediate like A-list actors or actresses, which makes for an unpredictable experience because you don't know who's going to survive and who's not. And I think that's a very cathartic experience, honestly. It reminds me a lot of like Alien. You remember Alien? I understand a lot of people now, if they watch Alien, it's like, well, they know the famous character in that franchise, so they know that that person's going to survive. But I personally, when I first saw Alien, again, I know I'm getting a little off topic, but when I first saw Alien, I didn't know who the lead was. I didn't know the famous person, so like I didn't know who was going to survive. And I don't know, I just was getting that vibe from The Hunt in the first half, and I thought the filmmaking was also good in the first half. The action was very thrilling, and again, that sense of unpredictability really meshed well with the spurts of humor. Unfortunately, after the first half occurs, and once you realize who the lead is, and again, I'm not spoiling this review, the movie goes downhill. The humor starts to feel stale, becomes very apparent what it's going for, and humor and satire are one and the same at times, and on top of that, it doesn't always work for people. For me personally, I thought in the second half it really wasn't that working. Felt very cookie cutter. And just some of the things that characters did just kind of felt like they had to do it instead of it feeling natural and like a characteristic of that said character. And that's the thing that stinks about this movie because I really do feel like this is a movie that had a very, very strong first half. But in the second half, just the motivations of certain characters really just didn't feel fully fleshed out. On top of that, the villain, Hilary Swank's character, her motivations were very wonky, I felt like. I just didn't really buy it completely. And I did think that some of the action towards the end was a bit in terms of how it was filmed. Not bad by no means, but definitely not as like cathartic as the first half. And that's just how I'm going to say it. I'm going to make this a short review. I think it's a movie that the first half is incredibly strong, like really, really strong. And the second half that's really, honestly, weak and cliched. It's a shame, but that's just my personal opinion. I can see this movie doing well with audiences, though. It is a movie that I feel like could have a cult status, and that's fine. For me personally, The Hunt, it's a middle-of-the-road movie. I would still say give it a shot because I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this movie. And The Hunt, for me personally, I'll be giving it a 2.5 out of 5-star rating. So, yeah, no hot sauce rating. But, guys, The Hunt, what did you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And there's also The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen, if you've seen that. Let me know your thoughts on that, too. I love that movie, personally. In fact, I would say watch that one over this one. But still, watch this other one, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching with the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys.